There lived at the edge of the woods, at the base of the mountains, a widow and her son. One morning when he woke up, the son heard a wild rooster in the woods saying, "Cook-a-cook, cook-a-cook, come and get me, come and get me." And the son replied, I will, but first I need some fiber to make my snare." So he went out and got his fiber and went about his business for the day. The following morning, the rooster again, "Cook-a-cook, cook-a-cook, come and get me." And the son replied once again, I will, but I need some string to make my snare." So he got his string and worked on the snare. The day went on. Next morning he got up and he heard the rooster again, "Cook-a-cook, cook-a-cook, come and get me, come and get me." So he said, I'm coming. So he went out, set his snare, got the rooster. Very proud of himself, brought it home, showed his mother proudly, and she said, son, we will have a wonderful meal tonight. Thank you, thank you." So the son went about, plucked the rooster, burned the feathers off, prepared the meal, put it in a pot, to make a stew from it. And as he was almost done cooking it, he dropped the ladle out the window. And he said, Mother, I've dropped the ladle." And she said, "Oh, don't worry, son, I'll go get it." So she let the ladder down out the window, went down and got the ladle. Well, the minute she did that, the son pulled the ladder up and began eating the chicken without her. He was very greedy. So she's waiting on the ground for him to put the ladder down and waiting, and he doesn't. So finally she says, Son, put the ladder down and save me some of the feet. You know I like the feet." And the son said, Mother, you know the feet are my favorite part." And he ate them greedily. She waited a little bit longer patiently and said, Son, put the ladder down and let me up so I can eat some of the wings. Save the wings for me." And he said, "Mother, you know I love those wings. I can't do that. I'm eating them now." So then in a little bit, she waited and a little bit longer, and she said, "Well, son, at least save me the head. You know I love the neck and the head." He said, "I'm sorry, Mother, I can't do that. You know I need to have that brain." So he ate the brain. After he did that, he let his mother back up on the ladder, let the ladder down to let her back up. And she went over to the pot and saw all there was left was a little bit of broth, so she smashed some rice into it and ate it, and was very sad, cried a few tears. Her son was already with a full belly, sound asleep, snoring, so she went to bed. Well, during the night, she thought about it and became angrier and plotted her revenge. So the next day, she told her son, "Son, I believe the bananas are ripe. I will go into the woods and get some ripe bananas for us." So the son said, "Wonderful, Mother." So she set out on the road and was looking for a dead body, of all things. She came across a family who was mourning their father. He was only dead a day, and his body looked pretty natural, so she wasn't interested in that. So she kept on walking, came to another family where mourning their father. He had been dead maybe 3 days, and he looked pretty dead, but not as bad as she wanted. She was looking for something a little more gruesome. So as she continued walking along, she came across a family whose father had died a week ago, and his corpse looked pretty nasty. Tongue was swollen, skin was turning black, exactly what she was looking for. So she said to the family, "Could I perhaps buy your father's corpse?" Well, they were quite happy to relieve themselves of it so they didn't have to deal with it, so they gave it to her. So she said to the corpse, "Get up on my back, I will carry you home." So the corpse, very kindly obliged, climbed up on her back. She carried it to the granary and decided to bury it under the rice in the granary. So she did that. She went in and said to her son, Son, I found some wonderful ripe bananas." And he goes, "Wonderful, Mother, where are they?" "I buried them in the granary to keep them safe. Why don't you go out and look for them?" So the son, of course, was very excited. He loved bananas. So he rushed out to the granary and dug around the bottom, and as soon as he uncovered the dead corpse, the corpse jumped up and started eating him. He cried, Mother, the dead corpse is eating my feet." And the mother said, "Well, son, you ate the feet of the rooster and didn't save me any." And then the corpse kept going and started eating his hands. Mother, the corpse is eating my hands." "Well, son, you ate the chicken's wings and didn't save me any." And then the corpse just kept on gobbling away. It started eating the son's breast. And he, mother, mother, the son is eating my breast and heading for my neck. And she said, well, son, you ate the chicken's head and didn't save it for me. So eventually the corpse just gobbled the whole son up. So the mother went about her rest of the day. Nightfall came. She went to bed and she felt she was kind of lonely. I guess she missed her son. Next morning she woke up, nobody to talk to, nobody to help with the chores. She started regretting what she did. She thought she was a little hasty. So she went to the granary to see if she could find any parts of her son left. And all she found was some blood. So she very carefully scooped it up, took it down to the river and began to wash the blood and do some kind of strange incantations over it. I'm washing the feet of my son, and then his feet formed. I'm washing the hands of my son, and next thing you know, his hands form. But at that moment, some crows that were flying around started with the cack, 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 and the parts started to fall apart again. So she had to keep chasing the crows away. So finally she told the crows, there's ripe bananas in the woods, just go find them. So the crows flew off to find the bananas. And she continued her incantations and her washing the parts and describing what she was doing. And her son came all together. And just as he came all together, the crows came back, but he grabbed some stones and threw them at them and chased them away. So she had her son back. He was happy to be alive again. They decided that they would live in peace. They would no longer get angry at each other. And in fact, he said he would never eat alone again. He would always save the best parts for his mother. That's the end of the story.